Recruit kids out of the tournament. And then as a high school coach, we had played in that.
I'm not sure about Canada.
State tournament, and in 2005 we won it. And now, as a coach, we're not a part of it at all.
No. A couple just philosophical things with lacrosse. How many guys play more sports than just lacrosse? That's great. All right, because as you guys get older, you want to.
So.
All right, you got to get better on your own. So you can do that out of season, right? If you. Try to play as much as we can this morning. Got everything. Yeah, why? Propane.
I don't. Mitch Bauer didn't come to Harvard with the mindset of, oh, I'm gonna go there for a year to learn everyone's tendencies, and then I'm gonna go to Malvern so I can beat them. Like,
yeah, but if you stay with our team, like.
I'll let you talk.
But keep in mind, he wasn't paid.
But also, this is what I'm saying. That's the biggest issue. Like, if you have a family and you have, I know he has. I think he has 2 or 3 kids.
Yeah, he was offered the Princeton job.
Yeah, why would I be a volunteer assistant at a high school coach and get paid this much money when I could be the head coach at Malvern and I can support my family and I can make more money.
Yeah. And he was also for the head of Princeton
job.
He was
only there for 1 year, so it wouldn't be like if Coach Patron left.
Right.
So he's been there for like 8 or 9 years.
And really knows.
Close to the program, and then he left for Malvern. It's like a 1-year thing, and he left. I think he left for money. And and he has 2 or 3 kids. So
he does. Right.
I agree with some part of that, but like coaching against our tendencies at the
yeah, I mean, like, but at the same time, like, if you're in his position, you have all that knowledge. Like, are you not going to use it?
I just hate.
T, the one thing you have to get for me,
Yeah.
just because my wife and I are so Catholic, you got to get Mary and the.
And that in. All right, it's done.
Maybe I'll sit with Mary with like a rosary on.
I'll get. In fact, I'm gonna move the tarp. Is that all right? Can I move the tarp?
We need to trim around Mary. Fend for herself.
Can I get the blue finger out of the way?
Do it now.
Roar! Grab your water, pull this out of the way.
Oh yeah.
About to go in though.
Psychology right there.
Yes, it's just like, man.
Learn about it.
That makes sense.
That's a one-shot ruin. Dan's like, well, you can't really take it down. No. I don't know
But the thing about Hup is like Hup. We've probably gotten like 500 arguments, me and Hup, as like friends. Like he will never give up, and whatever he feels like, and it's a good thing too, because like whatever he feels like, he feels like is right, and he's gonna fight for it. Like I guard him every day in practice, and I know that like he will never give up, especially when like I pick up the ball like off the end line we're trying to clear. I know I'm getting the hack the fuck out of my arms. Like I know Hup's coming like riding me, and like he will never give up, and he also uses like. He's probably one of the strongest players on the field that we have on this team. Like there's guys that may be like stronger off the field. Like he's definitely one of the strongest like on the field. Like he will use his body. Like he will put his body like in harm's way. Definitely. Like I remember like against LaSalle, like 2 years ago when he like laid it, like got hit in the crease. Like he will like he'll do anything to put the ball in the back of the net. I think that's what makes him look so good.
I've watched a lot of lacrosse games, and I've never really seen an attackman who gets as many ground balls as Hup does. If there's a 50-50 ground ball, Hup's coming up with it. Every coach that's ever coached him is confident with that. Every player that's played with him is confident with that. And like Warner said, Hup's like a scrappy guy. I mean, he's getting that ground ball, and there'll be a 6'4", 250-pound guy guarding him, and Hup will try and run him over. And if he doesn't, he'll dive and score. He'll do whatever it takes.
That's great.
Which is awesome.
And you're right, you really can't teach that. That's like an attitude you're born with, I guess. Honestly.
6'4", 250 player to play this game.
Right where you're at, dude.
Anyone else about Hup? Okay.
Hup just sometimes like he gets just fucking like laid out and he just gets up. And I'm standing there on defense like, how is he getting up from that? But just time and time again, he just keeps coming at you. So
like McDonough.
Oh my God.
I remember Hup just got
Episcopal
crushed. I was
last year.
like, dude, like, is he dead? He's not getting up from this. But
Episcopal last year, Hup got laid out and just like walked off the field like completely like the wrong way, and like came back like 2 games later. It was like, how's he doing it? Amazing.
Not to jump to a thing, but Episcopal, my alma mater, was one weird game in the season where you guys actually like they played you kind of like the way Malvern played you. They played you well, but they weren't a great team. Could you give me any insight on that game at all? Because I'm just personally curious about that, and then we'll get back to the talking about each other, and then we'll end this. So real quick about Episcopal, any thoughts about how that game went the way it did? Please. Yes.
all right, I guess they'll never ref for me again.
Tell me about that issue.
I think the refs were a complete joke.
Tell me about it. Tell me. I know I have the footage of the argument. Yeah, anyone can pitch in.
So we play St. Paul's every year, first year of the game, and it's always like a good way to start out, because if you get like a nice win, it's a big game, and it's just a good way to test to see like where our team is in the beginning of the season. So I think that's always a good way to start the season. And this year we were down at halftime, and I think they ended up scoring. It was 10-8. We were up by 2 after we came back in like the third quarter, and then they ended up scoring with not much time left, and it was 10-9, and we had to win the face-off or at least tie them up till time ran out. We ended up doing that for like a tight win.
Okay. Any other thoughts about St. Paul's at all? I mean, winning a face-off, that was a theme later in the year with what Joe did at the last couple of games. But CK, what was that game like for you? I mean, you're known by what you do wrong, as any goalie does, what goals you let in. But most people talk about the goals, your saves as much. No one does. Did you find were they a tough team offensively, or?
Yeah, they were probably one of the best teams we faced offensively. I just remember like going down the bus, just sitting next to Warner, and just thinking about the game, like all the hype going into the game, like us being number one, like all the magazines and stuff, and then like having to go out there and prove it for the first time, just as a team, like was huge. And like we started off, like everybody was real nervous, and like we had turnovers and stuff, but that was like we knew that was gonna come, but we never really panicked. And like at halftime we were down, and I don't know, just with our team, we just found a way to win it. But St. Paul's definitely one of the best teams we played this year. I think they're underrated because they might have lost some games in the MIA, but I definitely think they're one of the top teams we played.
Okay. Who after St. Paul's? Well, I won't go through every game. Tell me the big games you remember through the season.
McDonough.
McDonough.
All right, let's talk about McDonough. Who wants to talk? Anyone? Just raise your hand so I can get to you.
Raise your hand up.
Raise
All right, all right, yeah, go for it.
Raise your hand.
You don't have to raise your hand. I know it's your name.
Yeah, like, after we played St. Paul's, we kind of had a little, not like an easy game, but Loyola was a little bit, not as good as St. Paul's, so it made it a little easier for us to just kind of get our feet back under us after like a pretty big game. And then we went back down to Baltimore to play McDonough, and the last time we went down to McDonough was our sophomore year, and we kind of got worked. We were like winning 1-0 at halftime. We ended up losing like 9-1, and our coaches were furious. So that was a rough thing. So going back down there, that same place was a little bit tough. But it's kind of a similar thing to St. Paul's. We came out a little bit slow, and then we ended up being down at halftime, which was kind of a theme that we saw a lot throughout the year. And then we kind of rallied in the third quarter, which was kind of our thing, with a lot of goals by Hub. And then we just kind of closed it out and ended up winning by I think 2 goals. It was 12-10, I think was the final. So.
What is it? I mean, I'm curious.
You want to say I just think it's just because like every game since we were the #1 team all season, people get so excited.
It's not going to be on it. It's video.
I think a big part about that was just like Hartford in general, like especially me, like growing up at Hartford, like attending the schools since junior kindergarten. I really grew up with the program, and I know like so many lacrosse players that went there. Like I know like the history, so like actually stepping in freshman year, like with everyone else, like you really like you want to like be remembered. You want to become like you want to like become one of like those players that they used to look up to. And I think we really experienced that after the game. Like we knew we accomplished that. Like when little kids came up to us like asking for autographs, and like that was awesome. Like just because like we really wanted to be like what the kids talked about. Like I remember when I was growing up, like I always used to watch like John Hawley, Kyle Warren, like Peter Cannon, Brendan Cannon, like Foster Gilbert, like all those guys. Like it was just like awesome. Like finally, because then like once we actually won, like I felt like we had like accomplished that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I know my son wanted all your autographs, so yeah, you definitely have you're celebrities to all these kids.
You can really ask like the guys about like Brendan and Connor and Matt, Joe, like the kids like even Carl. I guess Brendan, everyone here except me, basically like came here for high school just because like I felt like they came here because they knew about Hartford, like the history of like Hartford lacrosse, and like they wanted to become part of it too. Like it's kind of like it's a big deal.
Sure.
I mean, am I right or no?
Yeah, definitely.
Freshman year, Coach Nostrand had, the whole like future of the program and everyone who's going to try out that year. And he told us, he said, raise your hand if you won a state championship. And only one person raised their hand. It was Pete Bohr. And he's like, raise your hand if you've ever been ranked nationally. And like only 2 people raised their hand. He was like, raise your hand if you've done anything for this program yet. And like, only, again, 2 people raised their hand. So, after we won this championship, and after we were named national champions, I really feel like we earned our spot as like a Hartford lacrosse, alums. And, I really feel like, we, not that we wouldn't have been a part of like, the great Hartford lacrosse tradition, but that really like capped it all off. I was like, all of us, once we did that, that made us part of the greats that played at Hartford.
I remember freshman year, I went into Coach Prince's office, and I think it was after we had lost to LaSalle, and like heartbreaking. one of the greatest games I ever played, and we ended up losing in overtime. And he told me, you guys have a really good class, and senior year you could be the #1 ranked team in the nation. And I remember that since then, and that's really.
He said that freshman year?
Yeah, he
Really?
told me that freshman year, and I swear to that. He told me, you guys have a chance to be the #1 ranked team in the nation. The team is, he was talking to our class, and we had a lot of good guys, and a lot of guys were going to get playing time sophomore year, and he pretty much told me, your class, you guys have to step up now. This is going to become your team in the next few years. Referring to our class, and I think people really started to step up and working hard, and it's been in the back of my mind ever since. Winning and finishing the season as #1. It's pretty unbelievable. How our coaches saw that potential in us, and they really believed in us.
Talking to each other about like what we could do senior year if we just keep working, and like to actually do it's awesome. Like it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I honestly like remember like talking like like we could do like if we keep working like we could do this if we do that like we could be ranked #1 like how cool would it be like we're good enough like we gotta get everyone to stay like I don't know it's crazy.
When the season started and you were #1, were you guys like chicks getting a prom date like oh my fucking we were #1 like I mean what was it like to get that acknowledgement? Were you knew you were gonna get it or was it a surprise?
Yeah, not to be a dickhead, but I think we expected.
Okay, no, because if the talk was there, then you knew it.
Yeah.
Well, then when the spring before you heard it was the chatter, did you get excited at any point? Like, wow, it really happened. Did you get that moment? No, because you saw it coming so far.
I mean, I did it personally because I knew the ranking didn't mean shit before.
And that's true.
Like we were ranked in the preseason #1. Like,
right.
That's awesome. Like, who gives a fuck?
But like I said in the trailer, staying #1's harder than being #1.
Yeah, I mean, like I didn't care about the ranking at all until it was over because like no one remembers you for what like you did in the game. Like the only stuff people remember is what you did last.
Our sophomore year, I remember like Gilman, which is a school in Maryland, and LaSalle have like really hyped teams and a lot of D1 recruits, and they kind of, I don't want to say they choked, but they didn't really like reach their expectations, and I just kind of had that in the back of my mind the whole season and didn't want to like think about it too much and like put ourselves on like on a pedestal if we didn't really step up to our expectations and what we really potentially could do.
Yeah, I mean, you guys never seem to have egos, never seem to have a big head. I still I haven't figured out that one. I don't know what kept you guys grounded, but I never seem to get to you. I know you have to go, so why don't we wrap this up? 3 o'clock with your stuff. If you can tell, like Rago, like people who haven't seen, anyone that you guys think should be there, I leave it to you. No pads, it's just your stick, and then just your stick, and whatever shirt. You can even wear your. I mean, I don't care if you. Maybe it'd be cool to wear a jersey. Do you guys have some of your jerseys?
No.
All right, you don't have any jerseys at all. I'm just trying to think. All right, then just wear whatever you want on top. I mean, what's that? If you have a Haverford shirt, it'd be best. I mean, I'm just trying to, give you your off the field look thing. So. Right here.
No.
All right.
Oh, get on that, it's 2 day break. Oh, you better like one made line.
Yeah, but I mean, like throughout the year, though.
Malvern.
Yeah, it was like the last 2 games. I mean, I see what you're saying. Like, I agree. Like when it came down to it.
Oh, yeah,
like,
but for most of the season, yeah, it was 2 made lines.
Yeah, but like when it came down to like the finals and stuff, like it was a close game. We had like the same people.
But like that first made line played more than the other.
Yeah, but
that's
the
how
whole
yeah,
team though. There was a lot like
Like there wasn't much drop off.
Yeah.
Like between.
Compared to other teams, we definitely play like more overall, like defense, offense, like middies attack. I think we like play a lot more guys than some of the teams.
Also, like in most games, we got like at the end of the games, we got like younger guys, maybe guys who didn't get to play a lot. Definitely got an opportunity to like, get on the field like a ton at the end of games. Like especially, I was thinking like maybe Penn Chart at the end of the year. Like the guys who played for like that was senior day. Like all the seniors got to get in there, and like there are a ton of seniors that like didn't really get to see as much time as they probably wanted to. But in that game especially, I think like everyone got to play, like all the seniors that game, and like probably like in the fourth quarter. Like the great thing about having so many guys, like you can really rely on, is like everyone gets, like when everyone's out there, you like pretty much trust everyone playing. Like I mean, we had a backup goalie going to Dartmouth, and we had a bunch of solid defensemen. Like I just like defensively, like and then my brother and like Garmin, like when they get the opportunity to play, like I completely trust them. Like Scott Warren, like a bunch of those guys, and when they like go and you know there's not a lot of drop off. It's like what Vince was saying.
Before we go to the next games or anything, in general, the coaching in the team, from Nostrand down to the other guys, give me comments.
Athlete, but like we found a way to like manage and just to play the game the right way and stuff. But it's a lot different than other sports in terms of
Definitely.
It's just you can't just be a raw athlete. You have to like know what you're doing. Just use your body to your advantage.
And it is.
No, we're definitely all gonna do it.
All right. I'll just.
Jersey Shore.
All right. My point is, we'll do the 3 o'clock thing, and if you guys are up for it and say it, we'll plan it, and we'll meet up at 9 or 10 whenever you guys are done your thing.
Yeah.
If not, we won't.
Yeah.
But I really think it's silly if you guys don't have a place to go. I don't know why you just don't come to my place and have a final little interview, talk, hang out, and I might not see you guys again. It'd be worth it. All right, so okay, I'm closing this up. Let's finish it. Thoughts about the last game, or even Lawrenceville, if you want to get into that, because I thought they were a hell of a team, to be honest. But I'm just going to freestyle it. You guys want to talk over each other, and then we'll get out of here. All right, so start.
Carl's got it.
You want me to start?
I mean, Carl's just doing a lot, and I want Carl to say a lot, but I want this to be a little even. Okay, go for it.
About the last 55 or 58 seconds, I don't know, whatever, in the Malvern game, I remember I came up to Carl and just out of time I was like, dude, we have to score. What are we gonna do? He's like, we got this. And I'm like, all right. You remember that?
Yeah,
I was just like,
that.
it was.
And was that unusual for him to do that?
It was literally 58 seconds left, and I don't know why. It was right after we read the ball back, but I just felt like we were gonna win. And I looked at Matt and I was like, we got time, and I knew because it would have been bad to panic. But with 58 seconds left, it's a lot of time. You can get a good shot out of it, and instead of just taking it and someone going to the goal right away, we worked it around, and we used all the time we could, and it worked out. So.
And you, before that timeout, you let the ball down, and you looked a little bit discouraged from my point of view. That shot of you before the timeout, dropping the ball down, and you didn't look angry. You just looked dejected. Did you feel dejected before that timeout? It was around the 3-minute mark. I don't know if you remember it. It's in the trailer where you just dropped the ball for the ref. It's a pretty cool shot, I think.
Yeah.
It says, "Are they destined to lose?" But my point is, do you remember any discouragement that you overcame? Any of you?
The whole last fourth quarter, going into the fourth quarter, I was like, okay, there's plenty of time left. I'm not worried about it. And then every time we would get on offense, we just couldn't get a goal. And I remember looking down because I was attacked, so I had to sit, at the midfield line, and I could see the clock. I'd look up and there's 10 minutes left, and our defense is still playing. They make a save, and I'm like, okay, we still got time. We don't score. Then it was 8 minutes left. We didn't. I still got time. All the way down to it's about 2 or 3 minutes left. And then we get the ball back, and then I still thought we had time. And then the only time I felt panic, which was like Warner said, was after St. Joe's in overtime. This is probably the first time all year I actually felt a little panicked and a little nervous that this one might slip away. But I remember them throwing a pass, and I saw Gorn right there, and I just ran up, and we ended up jumping that kid and getting the ball back. And like I said, after that, I wanted to go, and it was we still have time. And once we got the ball back, I felt like a relief. But that little 10-second period there is probably the worst 10 seconds of the season for me, because that's when I really thought, we need to go right now. We might lose this one.
And you guys lost possession in 58 seconds. If I recall, I could be wrong. I think I am wrong, but it was off of a rebound of a shot that someone missed. I don't know who took it right before that 58 mark. Yeah. I don't know who it was. You had tried to do your goal and it didn't work earlier in the game. I want to know if anyone has any other thoughts about that time. Did you give up? Did what he say inspire you? Focus. 3, 2, 1. You can look.
Carl Warath, number 9, play attack.
Should have asked you guys where you're going to college, but whatever.
We were twins separated at birth.
Okay, well, we can just do the college thing quick, but go on. All right, and you can maybe at the end say your college if you want. All right, and you know, guys, we're gonna do it quick because you didn't say your he's gonna say his name, but CK is all we ever hear.
Yeah.
So name, nickname, number, position.
Oh yeah, we got.
All right, so it's all right. Let's just start with CK. All right.
Russo.
All right, and 3 and 2 and 1, and you can look for me.
Connor Kelly, everyone calls me CK. Number 8, I play goalie. I'm going to Notre Dame.
Excellent. All right, Joe, we'll do you. All right, hold on a second. Let me just get your focus. Perfect. Look at me and do it.
Joe McCallion, plethora of nicknames. Number 3, and I'm going to University of Pennsylvania. Play midfield. Pays off.
Cool. All right, to you. Hold on. Let me get you. You got the toughest lighting. All right. All right. Good. Hold on. We had you. Hold on. You got the toughest lighting here. All right. Through it. Wait. Can someone give me him a little bit more light towards Matt? Just that one towards. Throw it a little bit towards his face. A little bit towards his face. Yeah. Towards right. Yeah, right at his face if you can. Yeah. Right, Matt. There we go. Good. Good. Okay. Very good. All right. All right, Matt. In 1 second, Matt. Ready? Hold on a second. Good. 3. Hold on. 3, 2, and. Damn, is that really right at his face? I guess it is. All right, 3, 2, 1, and you look at me this way, like that. All right, hold on. And now you're out of focus. Okay, and okay, cool.
All right, Matt Walters. I play midfield. I really don't have a nickname, but
yeah. Start from the top. Your number and where you're going to college.
Oh, number 7.
Start at the top.
Start
Matt,
all over.
Yeah, Matt Walters. Yeah, go from there.
Walter 7, midfield, college.
Yep. Go for it.
All right. Matt Walters, number 7. I'm a midi, and I'm going to Syracuse.
Cool. And let me just get you up. 3, 2, and wherever you're gonna sit. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. I have you focused and cool. Yeah, look at me.
Chris Huffelt. I'm a tackman. I'm number 22, and everyone calls me Hup.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Where are you going to school?
You going to Penn?
Where are you going to school?
Sorry, you guys do it again.
And I'm going to Penn.
Let's try it as like a one take. Everything like name, rank, serial number. Boom. I'm Hufflepuff. Number. Yeah. And I'm going to Penn in one shtick. We'll go back. Ready, go. Just yeah, and then I'll go way back, and then we'll be done. And go.
I'm Chris Huffelt. I'm a tackman. I'm number 22, and I'm going to the University of Pennsylvania.
Awesome. And one more time, Matt. Hold on.
Oh, say, I'm Chris Hop. Everyone calls me Hop. I wear number 22. I'm midfield. Everybody,
You want to do it? You got it.
I got it. Let's get it. Trying to do that.
All right, Matt. Hold on here. I got you, Matt. Good. Right there. And wait, let me focus you. Just gonna do it again, and
Oh, you want me to do mine?
yeah, because everyone's gonna do it one more time. With your problem is, I want you to move a little bit that way because that back light is killing all your light. There we go. That's it right there. All right, cool. Now just do it one more time. 3, and 2, and 1, and do it. Cool.
Matt Walters. I'm a midfielder. I'm number 7, and I'm going to Syracuse.
Excellent. All right, cool. Joe, one more time.
We're doing nicknames or not?
Yeah, do nickname. Whatever you want. Just it's like the one shot intro.
Joe Wilcox. I will die to you.
Okay, cool.
You say you would.
And action.
I'm Joe McCallion. I'm number 3. I'm a midfielder. I have a ton of nicknames, and I'm going to University of Pennsylvania.
Everyone calls me CK.
Nah, Warner calls me CA.
And
Just going ever.
Yep.
Connor Kelly. I'm number 8. Everyone calls me CK. I'm a goalie. I'm going to Notre Dame.
Excellent. Carl.
Carl
Yeah.
Warath, number 9, attack, going to Virginia.
Excellent. And
I'm Warner Bailey. Everyone calls me Russo. I'm number 5. I play defense, and I'm going to Georgetown.
done.
Brendan
And
McGrath. I go by Huff. Number 11. I'm a midfielder and I'm going to Princeton.
Awesome.
Right at the camera.
The name so.
Say, I like
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. Go on. Who cares? Go on.
Vince Garman. Everyone calls me Garms or Garmin. Number 13. I play defense and I'm going to High Point University.
Okay, done. All right, since it's getting hot, I don't want to keep you guys in here too long because you guys are giving me tomorrow at 3, and we can always do a little bit right after that. Let's do 5 more minutes, and we're done.
But just one more time to get together. I haven't had a drink out of that cup yet, so when you guys leave, that cup will be filled with adult beverages. You guys accomplished something that nobody else has ever done, certainly at Haverford. And I read my quote in the paper today, and I stand by it. We were tough, and we were unselfish, and guys didn't care about themselves. And in sport, that's the most important thing. Okay, and you guys go home and you sit around the dinner table. You know, your parents are like, well, how come you weren't on Man Up, or how come you didn't play, you know, whatever. You guys put all that stuff aside and did what you needed to do. And we were 23-0 and the best team in the country. And in my mind, probably the best lacrosse team ever to play the game since they started doing all this stuff. And no one will ever be able to take that away from you. So you guys do all your stuff. You do Under Armour, you do the under 19, and guys don't make it. Well, guess what? People don't like people that are good. They don't like people that are successful. So Philly is one of the best regions in the country this year. We have 5 guys try out, and nobody makes the team. How many Long Island guys made it? 10. Are you shitting me? Okay. So I got on the phone. I talked to people. You know, do I need to go? It's like being a father. Do I need to go evaluate the U19 so 2 guys get on the team? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And if people don't have enough integrity, and if people are going to be bullied by other people to put other people on the team, then they can have what they have. No one will ever be able to take away what we did as a school, as a team. You know, I don't know how you guys did it. I don't know how you got through Wilson Hall, how you got through Garnet Valley and whenever that was, the Bailey brothers and Matt Walters. Okay, but we did. Maybe we were all one step ahead of the law. That's okay, because when push came to shove, we did it the right way.
Because obviously we have like enough talent to beat them. It was just like, damn, like now we got to do it like without Carl, because he's always been there, like playing. Like he's been playing as a freshman. So I think like kids stepped up. Like Carl said, Brent stepped up. Like the defense stepped up, gave us a lot of possession at the end, and Gavin McBride stepped up because it was me, him, and Rego. And because Gavin played like a good amount, but he didn't have that. His like role increased when Carl got out. So like I think that was like a really big time for the team when that happened.
We played hard. We made plays when we needed to make plays, and then at the end, when we did what we did, we had one guy stand out the side of the huddle. And I'll remember this forever. And it was Carl. He's like, just don't panic. Just hey, everyone, don't worry about anything. And in his own mind, for the first time, and I've been telling him for years, I'm like, dude, why don't you just play so hard that when you walk off the field, everyone's like, who was that guy? And he did it a lot, but he really did it that night. And in his own way, he's like, don't panic, don't panic. And really what he was saying to all you guys is like, get the fuck out of my way and give me the ball. Okay? And the coaches knew that. I knew that. And he scored 2 goals within 40 seconds. And it was awesome. So the senior leadership this year was unbelievable. And my wife, who just went to get hot dog and hamburger rolls, says, you know, she said to me all summer, from May till now, it's over when I say it's over. So to me, tonight kind of brings everything together, but it's still not over. But for the younger guys, why can't we do it again next year? Like why wouldn't we be the #1 team in the country? Why won't we do it again next year? We have the talent, we have the farm system, we have people coming in. So we're probably gonna do it again, you know. But you guys got to break your ass. Some of the rising seniors, you better start showing up and start doing your stuff. But tonight's a celebration of everybody. We got Scudder. How the hell did he get into Lehigh? How did Chris Ryan transfer from Pitt to Lehigh? Annesley's at St. Joe's. Scranton. Liam, Notre Dame. Anytime Notre Dame recruits our guys, they're all Jewish. All right, Liam's the first Catholic guy they recruited, so he went. All right, you know, we had guys that wouldn't go. So you guys have the world in front of you, the young guys, older guys. Get it done. Don't forget your base. Don't forget what Coach Loving and Coach Patron, Coach Marcel, and Coach O'Grady taught you. Because the bottom line is, if you work hard, nobody can take that away from you. And that cup right there, T, I'm going to get that cup. I'm going to hold this thing up. Did you film me? I'm going to say that this thing is the culmination, and I'm not in very good shape, of a lot of hard work. God bless you guys. Thank you very much. We got t-shirts, we got medals. It's quarter off. They look like oh my only guys who are on our actually blue shirt. We got large. Alright. Here's the slow. Large and double X. We got 2 X's. We don't have full box.
There you go, take it to that.
Why don't we do this podcast, guys?
Yeah, alright, seniors, see you, bro. Redshirt juniors. Yeah.
I'll take a triple X.
Alright, guys, XL and large. Borax, you got the large. Really, Mike, get the large. XLs, I have the XL.
About like Matt, for example, that wasn't, you tried everything that game and nothing seemed like was working for you. What was that game like for you, for example?
It was so frustrating, but
And how?
that's why it helps. That's why we were so good, because we have so many great players on the team. Like, I literally, like, I'm not too like talking about myself. I'm saying, like, I painted like where I shot. Like, I was like, all right, I'm gonna shoot the top left. Like, he saved it. Top right, he saved it. Like, here, he saved it. Here, he saved it. Like, he had me all over, and I think I shoot like on the harder side. Like most
Certainly.
people.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, what? I have like no idea. Like, I can't put the ball in the net right now. So, I guess like I think I was the one actually giving a shot it, and like I missed with like the 58 seconds left, and that's when I was like, shit. Like, I might have just like blown the season for like our whole entire team. Like, they rode the ball back, they got back, and it was just great. And Carl stepped up. It was awesome.
And now let's take Joe. I mean, the two things happened with the face-off. Number one was the guy winning and you not giving up and checking him and getting the ball off. What was that? Tell me about that experience. I mean, he won the thing and you didn't give up. That's kind of, you seem to do that a lot, not like being scrappy. Can you tell me about that?
Well, basically, like, this whole game, like, I don't know if you've ever had the feeling that, like, you know, you're supposed to win or something's supposed to happen.
Yeah, I have.
But, you know, going into this game, like, I thought we were supposed to win, and like I could envision myself, you know, after the game, like, you know, we were going to win, and you know, with like 58 seconds left, they had the ball, you know, it just didn't seem right, like, you know, like this isn't supposed to happen, like I can't even believe it, like, you know, I seriously, it was like, you know, I just couldn't believe what was happening, and you know, Carl came up big, had a nice goal, and it was just another face-off, and there's a part of the face-off, which is the draw, and then, you know, there's a ground ball, which it squirted out. He got it, put it behind him, and, you know, I was just like, you know, like, I'm getting the ball, like, and, you know, I thought he got it first, but I went to check his stick, so the ball came out. That happened, then it went the other way, and, you know, I just wanted, I mean, I think if anyone else was in my position, they would have done the same thing, you know. Just fight for the ball, and you know, whoever wants it more is going to get it.
I mean, when I was a freshman and sophomore, I hung around Danny McGreiser because he was our goalie, and he was great at stopping the ball, but like, one of his downfalls, at least in high school, was he wasn't like an awesome clearing goalie and didn't really totally take control of defense. Don't get me wrong, he was an awesome goalie, but I think that the difference between him and CK is like CK will he'll tell you where you're supposed to be at all times. Like if you're the hot guy, he'll tell you exactly where you're supposed to slide, and then unclear, so he'll call your name. He's throwing you the ball, so it's just like he helps you kind of slow down the game a little bit in your head when you're on defense, and then clearing wise, I don't think I've ever been around a better clearing goalie. So it's just
So it's kind of like the intelligence of a quarterback, quarterbacking the defense.
Game hands by.
Right. I mean, I mic'd CK1 practice, and it was like, Greek. I mean, just all the language, all the
he knows so
words.
much about, defense.
And I know a little about lacrosse, but it was still so intensively, it was this vernacular I didn't even know, and it was quick, and it was very intelligent. And he was processing information so quickly. I think that must be the difference with great goalies it's a mental thing as much as it's physical. Would you agree? I mean, not to get you into it, but would you agree it's as mental as it is physical?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of cerebral stuff also.
Okay. All right. Anyone else talk about CK real quick? Yeah.
Well, can I say something about Hope first?
Sure.
Okay.
And then CK.
Yeah. So I think Hope's a great player, but one of my favorite parts about his style and his game, what he does is when he rides the ball. I know that when the defense has the ball and they're trying to clear, I know that if he's on my attack line, he's gonna give everything he can to ride the ball back, and we take a lot of pride in that. A few times we would meet with the attack, me, Hup, Rego, and Gavin, and we would say, we want to ride the ball so hard next game, and we want to be known for going all out on the ride and making plays on the ride and doing whatever we can to help our team, and riding is a big part of the game. I think Hup does a great job in that. You can always expect him to go all out on the ride.
Okay. CK. Well, yeah, no, yeah. Please say about Hup, please. No. Please say about Hup.
Yeah, one thing with Hub is just how competitive he is, and it's not just lacrosse. It's pickup basketball. It's video
these
games.
games,
He's not gonna stop until he wins, and if he loses to his brother in video games, he will keep playing him until he wins. And just like that type of mentality, he brought it to the lacrosse field and practice every day, riding people back, like Warner, just slashing defenders. A little payback for some of the punishment he takes, but just how competitive he is just makes him a great player.
Great. Other things about CK, and then we'll go to the next guy. Anything else?
Can I say one thing about
Yeah.
the EA game?
Sure, please. Whatever you want to say about anything, it's fine.
Yeah. The EA game, I think that was who's that?
No, it's not going.
Go.
I was gonna say, I think the EA game. It's probably one of our worst games we played together as a team. It was probably one of our biggest moments because losing Carl whenever I forget when exactly he got kicked out, but Carl's been the best player in the year for the past 2 years. So losing, obviously this team is very talented, but losing your best overall player for the past 2 years was was something really big to overcome.
Okay. Great point. Anyone want to talk about? Let's talk about. We'll save Carl. Let's just go with Carl right now. So talk about Carl as a player. Since you're already talking, you want to talk about Carl a little bit, real quick, and then we'll get through everybody, real quick. I'm at Hup talking about Carl.
You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Carl and I have been playing together since 8th grade. Before a lot of these kids got here, and it was always me and him on attack. And since I've been playing with him, he's always been an unbelievable attacker. He can always beat his guy, get to the cage. He's always has his head up, which is it's so nice playing with an awesome attackman, because when you're playing with someone that can get you the ball, it just makes you that much better. And because the best of you really comes out, because he's so good at beat his guy, and it allows me to play my game and get open and finish, and same with Rego, it just makes everyone better when someone's like that.
Your styles seem different. He does a lot of behind behind the goal. You seem to have a great outside shot that you prefer, or you come across am I analyzing correctly that you guys have your styles really, or no?
Yeah, we definitely have our styles. Carl likes to take his guy from X a lot. I like doing that too, but he dodges a lot more than I do in games. But as far as actual beating his man, he's definitely one of the best players I've played with.
Okay. Other people about Carl? Let's go. I'll just go to you.
Just one thing about Carl and Hup, they always are on the same page and stuff. You always one always knows where the other one is. And me and Carl went to school together from 4th through 7th grade. Then he came here in 8th grade, and I came here in freshman year. And like he's always been freakishly athletic. Like I don't know if some of you guys know, like Carl like didn't start playing sports till like 5th grade, and he stepped on the field and was like the best player that I've ever seen. And like his first football game in 7th grade, he had. Like, I remember it, like, because it was like funny. He had 3 carries for like 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, and like,
Really?
it was just hilarious. And he's just always been freakishly athletic, and like, even tonight in the alumni game, just always been.
Glad to know that. I want to get into that with you. Individually, that's a late start for an athlete to be at that as good as you are at athletics to start at 5th grade. That's wild. You were saying about Carl?
I was just gonna say, like, a lot of our other players, he's like really unassuming and unselfish, but like when it comes down to the wire, he always wants the ball and the stick, and he's really competitive. So it's awesome to have him on our team. So.
His parents, I told his parents that he had given some nice speeches before a couple of big games, and they were floored. So either he hasn't talked much to his parents, they don't really know him, or something came out of Carl that was unique. What was that about? Was that typical of Carl to give those speeches, or was that something that was kind of a surprise? And there was a nice breeze that just came in.
Yeah, I think like with someone like the Interact games, which weren't like as close, like Penchar and stuff, like.
He did it for his own reasons, maybe money wise, or like, you know, he wanted the head coaching opportunity job. Like it doesn't, but that's still, it doesn't take away from the fact that he's going to our biggest rival. Like, I mean, it's tough. Like, I know, like, I wasn't there when Metzbauer was there, so kind of when I came back, I guess it was a little different for me. But just knowing like these guys and like knowing how they feel, talking to my brother about it, and talking, I mean, pretty much talking to everyone on the team, like, I can get a feel that that's. I mean, it kind of felt like everyone felt a little like getting stabbed in the back, and it was just like. It was his personal opinion, or his personal, like he has reasons for it. I mean, what he did in his mind is definitely right, maybe in a lot of people's minds, but it still doesn't take away the fact that we feel like, some people feel like maybe it's kind of like...
You felt hurt, you felt betrayed a little bit, okay.
Like, not to mention, like, we won, so we don't really care as much, but I think if we would have lost to him and the way we would have lost him, like them stalling and, like, playing tight zone and, like, not just like playing it straight up, even though like that was their best game plan. I think like people would be a lot more pissed off. Yeah. People would be voicing the fact that, you know, like he was the guy, like he left our team and then like he ruined our season by if they would have beat us. So
like I hate the way they played, but to be honest, they played to their strengths. Their strength is face-offs and possession, and like they're a really smart team. But like I hate the way they play. I think it's bad for the game, but as far as strategy goes, they play to their strengths, and like they know they had the best shot to beat us like that way, and they did. And I mean, if they played us athletic, they can't hang with us athletically. Like in transition, they won't do it. So that's the way they have to play if they're gonna beat us. Like.
Speaking of all that, their ability to control the ball, and their ability with face-offs. Number 1, 58 seconds. And if you can look right here, okay, go.
I'm Warner Bailey, number 5, and I play defense.
Cool.
So yeah.
Nobody went down the shore this summer, or no?
I think they were like number 2 last year, weren't they?
Yeah, when we played them last year.
Preseason.
Yeah, they're always really good.
They're always a great team. So.
And what was the score of the St. Paul's game?
10-9.
10-9.
Yeah, they scored with like a couple seconds left though.
Is it under 30 seconds?
Under 30 second defense.
Terrible.
Well, can you guys just take me through the ending of that game, or like the most exciting parts, real quick? However.
Probably losing at halftime, right?
Yeah,
we were losing at halftime, and that was probably like the biggest part of the game, just because like, we came in the season so hyped up, and like we're already losing at halftime. It's like Jesus, but like throughout the whole season, I don't think we ever were nervous at halftime. Cause, yeah, if you look at our schedule, we were down at halftime a lot. It's not really a big deal.
Almost every game I was at, you almost were down at halftime. Yeah. What did it feel like in general to always be behind the 8 ball and you always pulling it out? Did you ever get nervous? Did you always have that confidence? Where'd that come from? Not panicking.
I think probably the more it happened, like the more it was easy to like get past the fact that we're down like 1 or 2 goals. Like when it comes down to the really competitive games like Malvern and stuff like that, he like shows that he's a leader in the field and like wants to have the ball and stuff. You know.
And the speeches, you know, I just noticed those in the beginning. You know, a guy who I was trying to size up and seem quiet really had these speeches. Was that just something that came from your heart, or you knew you were going to say it? I mean, I guess I'll ask you, Carl.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, some of it. Yeah, I just really care for the team, and you know, I wanted to win so bad. And sometimes, you know, you just think of things, and you're like, yeah, I want to mention it to the team. You know, I want to try to motivate them. You know, I want to tell them how I feel about our team, and hoping, you know, they feel the same way. You know, that I care a lot about our team, and I want us to win. I want us to work hard, and
Well, what you said that was very profound, I don't know if you remember, was that you talked to them very beyond your years in the sense that you were trying to remind kids, which is the problem with all youth, is that you don't realize what you have till it's over.
Yeah.
Someone just said, I wish I could have my senior year over. Because you don't know how great it is till it's over.
Yeah.
And which is, as a 40-year-old man, trust me, it's quite true. So my point is, you seem to be aware of that. You're like, guys, this is amazing. You realize what's happening. You said that.
yeah.
And then you ended up being a big part of you weren't the only reason, but you were a big reason why you guys were successful. So for all of you, did that sink in, the fact that you were eerily, like psychically almost saying, like, guys, this is it right here, and then it became it. It became the biggest moment of your athletic lives that night. Do you guys have any thoughts on that? Like, do you guys realize now what you had or what you almost lost or what you've gained, like philosophically, spiritually, or even psychologically? Do you have any thoughts on it? Because when it's happening, it's like it's happening. But now it's over. Do you have any, like, wow, that was fucking nuts, what happened? I guess I'm asking you that question. Do you guys realize what amazing things you did?
Yeah, we talked about it, like, at least I talked about it with some of the guys on the team, like, how important this is and, like, what we are doing and what we can do. We talked about, like, how we'll remember this for the rest of our lives. And we knew that for most of the season, but sometimes we just needed to echo it again through our team. Like,
Okay.
I think we talked about it a lot before the season and during. So like how awesome it'd be to go undefeated, but I don't really think we really realized how important it was until we actually did it. Because it's like, wow, like we actually just like played the toughest schedule in the country and we actually did it. Because it's like because we always knew we had a shot, but like actually doing it really hit hard when we did.
What did it feel like a late night on that night after Malvern? I mean, when take away everything, all the whatever. How'd it feel?
Great night. Garmin stepped up big.
Yeah,
Thanks,
the
Garmin.
biggest
Yeah, Garm!
Biggest play of the season.
So I had the party at my house and like I didn't drink or anything. I didn't drink or anything that night. I did smoke a little bit, but like
Guys, Zach, I do bong hits every night. Trust me, that's no big deal. That's no big deal. Alright, I gotta put it in.
So like for me like walking around, like I was just like thinking a lot, like walking around at like.
I mean, no one went for senior week or anything?
No, I went. We've been down the last 3 weekends.
Not the last 3, but
I mean, I had.
you were at 19.
No, other than.
But together, you guys haven't been.
No,
I've been down 2 out of 3.
yeah, we've been down like 3. We're actually going down this weekend too.
Yeah,
That's why we're not going to be
My shot has been clocked at 111 miles per hour. But still I practice. Looking for more power, more leverage, more force, more speed. Did I say I shoot 111 miles per hour?
All right, well, will you please bring your iPhone 4 or something and just film some shit?
Yeah.
Please. And again, we'll talk. You don't have to give me the footage. You can.
Who was that video? It was after that ladies.
Oh.
You guys like
Party ball?
That was so.
Wait, which one?
Or we like got like real low to the ground.
Oh, at Jimmy's house?
Yeah, someone got a video.
That's not pretty thought.
It's definitely.
good times.
Okay, hold on a second. 2 minutes. I'm just getting shots. Just a little conversation.
D. This weekend we are getting so big.
Why do you have to go up so early? I mean, thing without their. Okay, last couple shots, and then we'll just talk about the ending, and that'll be it. Gather your thoughts for real. Like, I turned this machine off. I just want thoughts about that game, and I want farts now gone. And all right, ready?
Condom.
Yeah. All right. Ready? 5, 3. Why come you guys didn't have a senior week together, God? With what you accomplished, you think you guys would have a senior week house?
Our problem with our friends that no one. We suck extremely organized. We're bad at it. Terrible.
You're bad at organizing. That's it.
Yeah.
Also, someone had to sign a lease, which no.
No, I mean,
None of our parents.
Who would have signed it?
no, we weren't. We did the house was great.
That's what he's asking. Why did he do it?
Yes.
Our own house. Our own house.
Oh, our own house?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm wanting you guys to get one for the week
Well, I'm
somewhere.
saying all of us were in that house.
He was asking.
There's no chance all of us could fit there.
Yeah, that would have been the worst idea. I would have asked my money back the first day. I would have been like, I don't even have a bed or like my room to put my clothes in.
It worked out.
Yeah, but we're not saying it.
Yeah.
Oh, just asking why do we don't?
Oh yeah. This is not working at all. I can't even challenge her.
Just because you're such friends and like it's the end of an era. You know, it's the end of an era. You know?
This is the end of our season, man. I mean, it was just like that was probably the first time all year, besides maybe the end of St. Joe's Prep, that I thought we had a chance of losing. Like being down at halftime all the times, like. You look back, you look at the guys on the sideline, you look at the guys on the field, you look at your coach, you're like, we got this. Like, you know, we've been put in position of adversity before, and this is not like abnormal, but not to that extent. Like that, the way that game was played was so different than any other game that we've been down, because we were down until 32 seconds left, obviously, like, and then we tied it up. But it was just we played the whole game. I feel like we talk about this a lot, like all year. Like afraid to make mistakes, kind of like afraid to lose, and that's we got away from that a little bit in the beginning, and I felt like even in Lawrenceville a little bit, I felt like myself talking for myself, like trying to like prevent myself from making mistakes, like to screw up something that would have been so great, that is so great. It just would have been, you know, a little. I mean, I guess we played it differently, and that was the first time I thought that we could have actually lost a game all year.
But how did you? They made that clear it was over. So how did that clear not happen? Because they screwed up, or because you guys did something right?
The shit out of
I mean, Hupp made a great check, right? I mean, it's a couple people.
Yeah, but I mean, it was
I know, I saw a few people involved. I'm just saying that was the moment it changed. Had that not happened, it would have been over.
I mean, like
that clear.
All I'm saying is like our attackmen all year, like we work out in so much in practice, like riding, and I like Hupp, Rego, Gavin, Carl, like all those guys, they will go balls to the wall, like most.
I'm happy to be a man and like stay in the house for
Especially when they were originally trying to jib us off.
400 bucks.
Yeah, no, it definitely. Yeah, the reason why we don't do that is no one would sign waivers.
I hear you.
None of our parents would.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
When you showed me
I mean, I would love to. Like the next couple of years, maybe our parents will like relax a little bit. Maybe
Seriously.
Dude, I'm changing the subject. It's like, you know, when you showed me.
Oh, well, I thought I was talking to him about this.
Yeah, you showed me. You just love
Like your Macklemore.
I said, yeah.
And just to make it clear, because we're doing this tonight, we're not going to get together tomorrow night. You guys don't want to come and have an area at my place to chill, or you don't, because I don't care. I'm just offering it, and it's no. So it's cool.
You give Hupp a ride, he's game.
Nah, it's no problem. I mean, I want you guys to be safe. I'm just saying, though, I'm not going to bring it up or even bother with it if it's not something you want to do. If it is, okay.
Brennan McGrath, I'm number 11, and I play midfield.
2-1.
I'm Warner Bailey, number 5, and I play defense.
Cool. Right,
The name's Hupp.
and 3, 2, 1. Action. Okay. But let's start from St. Paul's. You take me from the last couple goals. Sorry?
Film? Did you get those guys?
Yeah.
I did, but let's just do it again real quick. St. Paul's, they were
Play us, and if I was in their shoes, you know, I would want to beat the number 1 team. We actually got to do that freshman year. We beat Loyola, who's the number 1 team. Like, it's an amazing feeling. And anytime you play, you know, a really good team, especially a team ranked higher than you get up for the game, and they're gonna be excited. So, I think early on, you know, everyone's adrenaline's pumping, and you know, the emotions of the game kind of take over. Eventually, the game starts to like flatten out, and you know, it's more involved in like coaching and actually playing the game. But a lot of the first half of the game is just, you know, really upbeat, and there's turnovers, and it's kind of hectic because everyone's so amped up.
okay. Anyone else?
Also, like, I think the fact that we had so much depth kind of helped us in the second half, because teams would come out like going for us, and everyone would like be all out and adrenaline and everything. But then like once things got settled down, like Carl said, like everyone would start to get tired in the second half on other teams, but we still had all our depth. Everyone was like fresh, and that's when we kind of just killed teams in the third and fourth quarter.
How many lines did you guys play? Whether it was middies, I mean, I know tax usually it's not really lines, but did you guys do anything unconventional? Did you guys use more people than normal teams did?
Yeah, definitely.
Tell me about that a little bit.
Yeah, because he needs money. Like, it's a head coaching job. It's a lot more money. Like, I would like.
I didn't like the way you left.
The passion part, like what makes you? I'm sorry, go. You love
I
it.
just like really like lacrosse a lot
Enjoy it.
because everyone plays so different. If you like, especially watching the game a lot, everyone like throws different. Everyone catches different. Everyone has their own playing style, like what they're good at, and like I really like that because I feel like Brendan said earlier, in other sports such as football, like it's more like no, like do it this way, but in lacrosse it's much more like do whatever you work. Like, I mean, like I know the kid's not on our team, but like look at Joey Sankey. He's like one of the top attackmen in our class, and how tall was he? Like 5'5", but like the kid can flat out play and like whatever gets it done, and like I really love that.
Okay, that's awesome. Last, I know I keep saying this, Dan, but you guys keep bringing things up. When you see little kids playing lacrosse, do you see yourselves? Yeah, like for example, at the camp. Do you see the future of lacrosse? Like, I see the future of lacrosse being huge, like doubling every year.
Right.
Do you see like kids being better as young kids? Do you see yourselves in these young kids? Like, do you see any? When you watch this in 20 years, like maybe this will make it. Do you have any thoughts about the future of lacrosse? Because I feel like you guys are the tipping point of lacrosse. Really, I hope this movie contributes to that. But as you're thinking of it, you seem to have an answer.
Yeah, I mean, even like just looking around like your neighborhoods and just like driving around, looking at houses, I see a lot more like lacrosse nets around, and it's just so different. Like when I started playing, not many people knew about lacrosse and what it even was, and you can see it growing a lot. And like down the beach, I remember when I first started playing, I brought down my lacrosse stick to mess around with, and then now when I go down, if I don't see at least 2 or 3 lacrosse sticks on the beach, I'll be surprised. And even in the college game, I think it's growing a lot. If you look at like all the top teams, you have good teams in North Carolina, good teams in Virginia, Maryland, PA, New York, just all off the East Coast, and Denver was a great team that went to the Final Four, and you can really see it growing. And even like with recruiting, recruiting is getting a lot faster, and I think that's just because the game is getting bigger and it's getting more competitive, and I think it's the type of athlete, and I think that people are getting bigger, stronger, and faster because there's becoming a better and bigger pool of athletes, and like I said, recruiting wise, teams are going after guys harder, and it's gonna. I hope eventually, it gets to the point where it's like football and basketball. And recruiting is so serious in the sense that your floor will be like covered with mail, because there's a lot of teams, and I think that proves why it's growing because recruiting is really speeding up, and I think that's a good reason why.
Okay, great. Anyone else? Final thoughts about anything? Because I want to let you guys go. I feel horrible that I've kept this long. But any last thoughts about anything? The game, the season, the movie, things that you think I should keep in mind as I do this? I mean, criticisms, suggestions, whether it's on or off camera, I can turn it off, like whatever. This is the time to talk. And I welcome anything you have to say in terms of what's the message of this film. I mean, what's the message of your team? What should someone in Missouri watching this come away with? I know it's kind of a heavy thing to ask, but I want to know what you think. You guys are all smart guys. Like, what should someone take away from this besides that you're great at this game, and you guys are really close as individuals? Is there anything else that you want to teach the world or tell the world?
Well, something maybe like for the film to take away. Like what we had was. Like the magic that you talk about, it was like pure and genuine, and like you don't really find that because like a lot of this world is pretty corrupt and like PC and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell our coaches aren't and stuff. Like they tell you how it is, and what we had was pretty awesome.
Yeah, very special. I mean, I just hope. Well, you won't. You'll have families and kids, and it won't go downhill. But this is something that you'll never get again. And that's good.
I don't know. They gotta figure that out. I think he plays like a pussy, but like I can't.
This is a demonstration of Flip-for-Mac.
30 seconds left in the game.
This is a demonstration of Flip-for-Mac.
One of the checking for cancer event in the country and the state. Congratulations. Darian, thank you for being here today.
What do you like about lacrosse? Some people love like football because of the hitting. Some people love swimming for what? Why do you love lacrosse?
I think I love lacrosse probably because it's a mixture of the sports that I like the most. I know it sounds somewhat ridiculous, but
it is a combination.
I love hockey, I love basketball, I love football, and when you mix them all together, I get lacrosse because you get like the contact of hockey, but you also get some contact that's similar to football, but not usually, unless you're like a complete buddy pass. So, and I just love basketball. I love the ball movement. I love like the beauty of the game of like a backdoor cut or like a give and go. That's just like great to watch in any sport, and you can do that in lacrosse.
I think it's a great sport. And how
that Joe's gonna like do like a certain route, and he's gonna hit Joe right there every single time, or he knows Joe's gonna come back to him where Grove is.
That's how fast you're hitting that thing. And now I'm gonna come and get a shot of you. Catch these fast things. That stucco rains down on me. Focusing. And all right, I'll just do 5, 4, which I don't know how he knows that, but he knows, and he's. That's really good. That's a really good cutaway, man. Like when you have something like rough cut, like I'll put a movie theater screening. I'll get. It's almost like you could be a goalie if you wanted to.
Yeah, somewhat.
I mean, great way to. Not only do you throw hard. Three.
Games, you know what I mean? I mean, you have a limited amount of.
Against Darien, Brandon Cooley. McCallion comes up with the scratchy ground ball.